How are we all tonight? All good? All warm? Bit wet? Yeah, I'm a bit wet. I've been up in Brisbane today. So sorry for the late post. To let you know I am live today. I actually had to go to Brisbane and I had lunch with my mum. So it was lovely to see her after not seeing her since February. Just a day one. So what have we got going on here, ladies? We've got lots of you in here. Hi, Dizzy, Margot, Joanne, Yvonne, Karen, and yes, Joanne, how is the machine? How many quilts have we quilted? Gail, let me turn that down, otherwise I'm going to be on here. We've got Gail, Sue, Jane, hi Jane, Raylene, hi Raylene, how are you? And got to get some red snappers, definitely, Joanne. I have red snappers, love them, and get the ones that actually hold the quilt over as well. It's not sure what they're called. They're a sleevey thing, but they actually can hold the quilt for you in place. So I might show you a little thing of that. 2 already. Woo-oo. Hi Yvonne, how are you? And Sandra. Oh my gosh, you're all in there. So I hope everyone's had a great a few days, and yeah, it is a bit of a wet weekend, but I always say wet weekends are really good for sewing. Keep yourselves inside, so that's really fun. I've been on the roads, had my little drive today, which is really cool up there, and I'm back. Got my pass and I'll come back, and yeah, didn't stay, just saw mum and come back just for a little trip. All right, so what are we going to do tonight? We're going to have Sewtrivia. You guys always love Sewtrivia. The one behind me, I've got my Picasso behind me tonight. I am just sitting here in the stool behind the counter for tonight for something a little bit different. And I thought I'd put the Picasso. So let me just tilt her up a little bit. Oh, there we go. It won't tilt real easy, but that's it up there. That's my Picasso I did a couple of years ago. Mum's great, thanks Joanne. Mum's probably watching. I did take her through how to comment and how to type, so we'll see if she comes in tonight. But yeah, she's really good. It was nice to see her and catch up, only for a couple of hours, but it was nice to have lunch at home, homemade lunch for change, and then come back. Yeah. Hi Ruth, how are we all? So yeah, it was really cool, and the roads were pretty good. You know, a bit wet, but they were good. So we're going to have Sewtrivia. Yeah, the Picasso. So this is one I did design a couple of years ago and made, and Lizzie from Thimble and Thread quilted it for me. So it's quilted beautifully, as it would be from Lizzie. And then, yeah, so it was a little joint effort, and that's my Picasso. We're going to have Sewtrivia. So what do you reckon? We'll just get into it and we'll chat, ask questions or anything, ladies. But you know, I'm going to go through some blocks and show you different ways of making them as well. How you can decipher them to make them with pre-cuts. So here's the first one. I've got to cover the name. Are we ready to name that block? Here we go. Bit of an easy one to start with, I reckon. Name that block. Hi Anne-Marie, how are you? So anyone that types in how Sewtrivia works, just type in an answer. If it's correct, I go back through them later tonight or tomorrow morning when it actually is there for me to see. And I will count them all up and you all get vouchers. All right, whoever gets the most, and don't try and do it twice because I do watch for that. Yeah, so name that block. Have we got any idea what that one's called? Oh, come on. It's an easy one. Churn dash, no. Vicky, hi Vicky, how are you? New one. No, not churn dash on this one. No, it's actually just, what is it? It sort of looks like it. It's pretty. Yeah, I love yours, mate. Flower basket. Jane's very close. Yes. All right. So it is. It's just called a basket of flowers. All right. Yeah, basket. Yeah. Churn dash. No, it's a basket of flowers. So flower basket. All right. Could be called a vase as well, Dizzy. Yep. Never thought of that one. Flowers. So when you look at this block, what you would use with this one is some half square triangles. Okay. So you break it down to half square triangles in the rows. Yep, Gail, you got it. All right. In here, we're just looking at, so if you put the block this way and put it together this way, all right, you could go across here. There's a half square triangle in here, or you could use half hex here, all right, and then just put an extra bit. But I would look at that and put another, I'll break it there. So see that one there? There's a half square triangle here in the brown and the yellow. And down here, here's another half square with the brown and the yellow. And again, all right, down here, you've got some half square triangles. Okay, so when you look at a block, try and break it down so that it is, so you can see whether it's easier to make. Because, you know, years ago we'd look at this and you go, triangles, ugh. Right, I don't want to do triangles, but these are now half square triangles, which make them easy. To show you a block that I just put together, not in fabric, guys. Hi, April, how are you? Look at that. There's some little baskets of flowers, and that's just with a 9 patch, right? And I sort of matched the colours that all come in here and matched that middle colour to one of these in here. All right, and that was just doing a 9 patch with the basket of flowers. So that's kind of cute. All right, putting them all in. You could do a big basket of flowers. All right, do a bigger block. All right, put it as on diagonal, and you can make it as a centerpiece and then just piece around it. All right, with some triangles as well. Another idea you can do with it. All right, so that one, yeah, basket of flowers. It's just what it's called. Could be called a basket flowers. We'll just go with that. I'll give you vouchers. All right, here's another one. I've got these in no order. It is very effective, Anne-Marie, yeah, and just break them down. Half square triangles, easy to do. All right, so these ones are in no, looks more complicated than it does Gail. A lot of my, pre-cuts have now made them easier because years ago, 30 years ago when I started, I'd look at that and think of all those triangles I've got to cut and try and match them. Not anymore. You can do quarter square triangles. You got them all made really easy and quick. All right, these are in no order of easiness or hard. Here's the next one. What do you call this one? All right, so this one it's got a star looking thing in it, and the word, it is actually got a star in the name of it, but what sort of star is it? All right. Oh, Dizzy's on to it. All right, so when you look at this one, again, when we're looking at it, we've got some half square triangles or quarter square triangles. Yeah, something star. It is called a something star. 4-pointed, very close, Anne. But it has got another, yep, Ruth, yep, friendship star. You're all coming through. Love your work. So this one is actually a friendship star. I've done the research for these through programs and Googling it, and this was the most popular one, but you know me, I'll give you vouchers, you'll be right. All right, but it's nice to know a name of a friendship star is what its most common name is. So we've just got some half square triangles, 4 of them, right, and then 4 straight out blocks. So, you know, the little 2.5 inch squares, you can make those. All right, definitely with those, yep. Karen, hi Karen, we've got Karen and Gail and everyone, yep. So this one, when I put it together, I thought, oh, all the stars when I put them together as a block looked a little bit, definitely, Anne-Marie, got it. Jackie, yes, you've got it. So when I put all the stars together, it looked a little bit not right. So look what I matched it up with. That's just got some flying geese in there. Directions. All right, my directions quilt. So you can actually just put some triangles, and doesn't that look a lot more effective? All right, these are just done with solid colours, but you could use prints and everything. That one you did the other day, Joanne, those greens and blues and the aqua would look really nice in that as well. All right, so that's a really interesting one to do with the friendship star. Cool. Next one. Here we go. Now, I think some of you named this before, but it wasn't the one I wanted. It is nice, Joanne. That one, actually, when I was looking for something to put with it, and I thought, that's pretty cool putting the little triangles in there. All right. Put your little flying geese in. All right, are you ready? Name this block. What do you call that one? All right, somebody did say it before. Just a little hint. All right. Think of it as a whirly-giggy thing. All right. What do you call this one? All right, and when you look at this one, you can break this one down with your half square triangles again, because the white, cut the white in half. All right, because when you join the 2 same colours together with a seam, you don't really see it when you do it. You got it, Dizzy. Good on you, girl. All right, you don't really see it. Right, so you can actually do that as a half square triangle or quarter square triangle. Then you've got one here with the red and the white this way, and then you've just got a plain out square. Right, and then here's your half square triangle again. Another one here. So it's just squares and half square triangles, but when you put the same colour together, you get that effect on it. Yep, you got it, Karen. And then you've got the bigger one in the middle. All right, so it is churn dash. Okay, so it is a churn dash block. All right, windmill, a little bit different, Anne-Marie. The windmill one actually comes all the way in, almost like a pinwheel. Okay, but yeah, so that's what they call that one, as a churn dash. All right, so I actually put all of those together. Kind of like this one, very busy, but I kind of like it. Churn dash, I know, is different. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, Anne. There is lots of blocks that have got different names that could have a little bit of a twist to it. All right, so some of them are a churn dash. That could be a churn dash with a twist. It could be a churn dash, different one, but that's where it's come. So when I was looking a lot of them up, when you Google or whatever, or I've got a book in there that's got 500 odd blocks in it from a long time ago, churn dash, there was a couple of different variations. So yeah, definitely can be a little bit different. But this is the one I put together with that colorway, with the churn dash. All right, so that's pretty cool. All right, look at the difference. And see in here, you've got that windmill one happening. Hi, Helen. Yeah, I'm safe and well. Lovely, yes. And Helen, I did see that comment on YouTube the other night. My machine is quiet, except when I go brrr, really quick. All right, but it is a nice, quiet industrial machine. All right, so see in here, you've got the pinwheel or a windmill sort of effect in there. And all I've done is just put that block, right, is actually just here. But when you put four together, you'll get that little effect in here. All right, makes a secondary start, totally, Karen. And did you see here, I love this little shape in here too. See that one? It's an odd shape, and it looks like you've had to cut so many different angles, but it's not. Hi, Raylene, how are you? It's not cut at any, 40 degree angle, 45, 90 or anything. It's actually just come out of those half square triangles. So how cool is that? Yeah, I can too, Joanne. I love it. With doing all these myself, I've got a little bit of inspiration. I might be bringing out some new patterns soon, working from them. Okay, let's throw through one that is not a name that block. I want you to tell me, what did I show you on Wednesday to make on Treasure Hunt Wednesday? Just the last one, just gone. What was I showing you? Pick you, Karen, yeah, definitely. What was I showing you? What size squares was I making some blocks with? What was I showing you on Wednesday? All right, it was pre-cuts, but what was I showing you? What size was the squares? Gave half it away. What size were the squares? No, Margot, no, not quite. They were little blocks, remember? And I put them together and I made two different ones. Beautiful. Christine, Ruth, love your work. Carol, hi, darling. Dizzy, 2.5 and 5 inch. Beautiful. Love your work, Karen. It was too. So the little 2.5 inch squares in that, I actually put them away and didn't get them out. I wasn't home in time. 2.5 inch, yep. So, yeah. So remember I made the little 2.5 inch blocks, and there was one with the snowballing effect, and then there was another one with just 3 blocks down with the 2.5 inch either side. So yeah, 2.5 inch, guys, no worries. So yeah, I'll go through and you'll all get a point for that, which you all get vouchers anyway. All right, next one. Oh, this is easy. What's my new fabric line called? What do I call this new fabric line? You can 4 out of, yeah, 2, you can, Margot. You can get 4 out of 10. Yep, I'll give you that one, Suzo. You reminded me to put a post up today. All right. I've been making the blocks. Oh, lovely, Christine. I'm going to love to see what you make with them. I never see that finished quilt. Oh, well, at least the quilt top. We're happy to see those. Yep, here you all come with my origami. I can't even read your names. You're all coming through really, really quick. Are you loving the origami fabric? I love it. It's something different, and it will make up, like it'll make some of these. Oh, could you imagine the origami in here? Right. So, one doesn't want to play the game. Can you imagine the origami fabric in there where this red is, and then still have a white with here? You could have that as another plain colour, like a navy blue or something in it. You should see my quilt with it. Oh, Karen, yes, you'll have to send it through. Already? Gee, you're quicker than me. But can you imagine all the little origamis in here? Might be a pattern and a kit coming out, ladies. Let's see if I don't sleep tonight or the next couple of days. All right. So we all got the origami. Love your work. Still got a couple of other questions. Cannot wait to get mine. Yeah. Anne-Marie, it's on its way. I haven't got anything else to post, so everything's in the post. It all should have tracking numbers and everything on it. All right. I'm going to show you this one. Are you ready to name that block? Name the block. Race it, yeah, Karen. I think you and Joanne have a race, yeah. I can't. The reason I went up to my mum today, I actually made a heap of masks for my family, and she's got them all so they can all have a mask. I don't sell them or anything. I just made them for her. All right. So name that block. What do you call it? No, not jigsaw. No, it's not the jigsaw one. This is interesting. I'll give you a clue. If I show you this, you might get it. If I show you that, what would you say that one is? Love your work, Dizzy. Right, yeah. Can you see that? That is your drunkard's path, but that's a block put together with the opposites. So this here is your actual piece. Sorry, I keep putting it over. Right, and here it is in the opposites with lots different joined together. So that's just done with the drunkard's path. I love this quilt. I'm working on one with circles and all sorts of things. I've got lots in the works, and because of everything else, and hence why I had to cut one of the videos out each for the week, I've got so much to do. Yeah, Twisted Drunkard's Path. Yeah, April, definitely. There is so many different ways to lay this out. Okay, so it is just your drunkard's path, and get a load of this. I actually put that one block in a quilt. What do you think? How cool is that? You're working on these at the moment too, Dizzy? Yeah, they're fun, aren't they? Right, and that's the drunkard's path. I'm probably holding it a bit drunk, so I'm not, yeah. Isn't it cool? So the block is just, the block is here, right? So when you put all the blocks together, you get all these secondary and third different looking patterns in it. Totally amazing. Not sure if I like the red and white. Me being the brights and everything, I'd be putting all sorts of different colours in there, but you know, it is what I just thought it was a bit different. All right, so that one's the drunkard's path. All right, another question just off the top of your head, ladies. Are you ready? I've had 3 special guests over the last 6 weeks. Name one and their business. What's their business? I can see Batman. Yes, totally, Sue. Yeah, Batman is in that one. Yeah, you could use some Batman fabric, definitely. So yeah, I've had 3 special guests. Name one of them and their business. So I'm gonna roll with Bindies. Who did I have? Jade and Purple. Oh, I like that one. Yep. The lines make my eyes go. Oh, in those colours, they probably would, Karen. But that's why I say Anne from Crystals and More. Love your work. Yep. Joanne, Lizzie, long arm. Yeah, I'll give you that. Crystal, you all know Anne. Anne's gorgeous because you know what? Because we had a really fun video, didn't we? We had a real funny one with the Mad Hair. I think that was close to one of the last Mad Hair Mondays. Jennifer from Black Possum. Yes, Jane. Lizzie, we've got Anne and Lizzie from Thimble and Threads. Thank you, Karen. Yes, we've got them all in there. So I'm going to be starting to do a few more of those as well. I know I keep saying I'm going to do so much, but everything just keeps tumbling on top of everything. Jen from Black Possum Fabrics, yes. So we had a bit of fun. You've all guys have had some lovely feedback from having the extra different people on there rather than me all the time. It's nice to have someone else. Can't travel down to Victoria anymore, and those guys are from Victoria except for Jenny from Black Possum. But I'm working out how I can do it on the screen with both of them. All right. So there's some more points and more things coming. Here we go. Are you ready to name that block? Go for it. This is an easy one. Yes, Christine, there was Anne from Crystals and More. Yep. And I know there's a lag between YouTube and Facebook, so that's why I don't add them up straight away. I'll go back and everyone that answers, whether it's on time or not, I will give it to you. Yeah, definitely. Yep, Jane, and you're onto it. Dizzy, yep. Ruth, Karen, Sue, Yvonne, Joanne, Gail, you've all got it. Bow tie. That's an easy one, isn't it? Pretty easy. But look what happens when you put all the bow ties together. And how would you look at that? Now, to make that one, to make your bow ties, all right, years ago it used to be made with the old Y seams and everything. I would break that down, all right, when you look at it, and you'd be able to do that as a strip. Hang on, I better get my finger the right way. Go a strip straight down, right, and do another strip here with some snowballs on it, all right, and then some others. So you can break it down how you want. You might be able to do it with here. You'd have that as a, in here is a half square triangle, right? So you'd have 4 half square triangles where the yellow's in the middle, 2 white ones and 2 green ones, and then you just build out from there. So you can break it down in many different ways. Here's one put all together. Pretty cool. Looks like a checkerboard. Looks like you can play checkers in that. 4 small. Oh, never heard of that one, Anne. I'll have to look that up. What was that one? Back. Oh, Margot, where'd you go? You got the night off? Where'd you go? 4 snowballs in the middle. Totally, Anne. Yes, definitely. You could put 4 squares. Love your work. See, isn't it amazing how you're all now looking at blocks a little bit differently? 4 squares, and you just snowball the corner of each square. All right? So that's another easy way of doing it. Had to put, oh, okay, no worries, Margot. Put the granddaughter to bed. You haven't missed much. All right, so there you go. So look at that with the, it looks like a checkerboard. You can almost play snakes and ladders on that one. That's showing my age. But, yeah, the old snakes and ladders. All right. So, yeah, it just gives it a different look, even though it's still just the bow tie in the corner. But when you look at it all together, it's sort of, you get, I see this sort of a block in here too, like a rounded edge, rounded corner block in there. All right. All right, here we go. Did you make that quilt behind you? Yes, I did, Helen. That's my Picasso. Not for sale or anything. It is my Picasso. I did make it. If I tilt that back a little bit, you can see the top of her. And there. Okay. I did, and Lizzie from Thimble and Threads actually quilted it for me because, you know, that's not my forte. But, yeah, so that was my Picasso that I did a couple of years ago. Bit of a fun thing, just to show you, I do other things. It was just a few years ago that I did that one. All right, this one may trick you up. Then again, you might all get it straight off. Name that block. Oh, thanks, Helen. Don't ask me to cook anything because I'm not a real good cook. And I don't keep green plants green for very long. All right, so name that block. What would you call that one? There is a particular name of it, and I think if I show you the quilt that it's made with, you'd all know it straight away. No, not square in a square, Jane, no. It looks like it's on a curve, but it's not. It's actually broken down where these are in half with just Blue Angel, no. So they're not half squares, these are just done on an edge of a triangle. This one is like a square in a square, all right, and this one, you can break it down. See something, you're close, Helen, and Dizzy, you're on it. No, Karen, no. Yep, there you go. All right, so when I show you this quilt, it's called Storm at the Sea. All right, and when you see the quilt, I think we all know the quilt more so than the block. All right, that's the quilt. Yep, that's it, Storm at the Sea. Not Diamonds and Squares. No, there is another one, Anne, called Diamonds and Squares. This one's Storm at the Sea, and I think they call it that because you've got that wave look to it. It looks like it's actually got a wave in it. Never seen it before, Christine? No, this one's an oldie but a goodie, but doesn't come up very often because it actually looks very hard and it's not. All right, as I said, once you break them down, and I think you guys are learning this now, how to break down your blocks and break down the quilts. All right, we're going to look here, and this is just your triangle, and I think that's a 60-degree angle. All right, you can put it on here. This is just a square and a square where we snowball them and bring them out. This one again is your 60-degree angle, and here we've got a square and a square, and that's all it is. All right, and when you put them all together, and it is traditionally, it's not Emery, no, I might actually have to do something with that one and make up a pattern one day. All right, when you put it all together with each block, it looks like it's actually waving, and that's why I think it's called Storm at the Sea. All right, pretty cool, eh? So that's that one. Oh, I've got one more block, and I've got one more question. So, question, what is the name of my Illusions quilt? Has its own name that I named it, the Illusions one. Love the movement in it, yeah, Dizzy, and especially just in the 2 or 3 colours. It's not one for a scrappy quilt, I don't think. You need that definition in it, the definition of the colours to get that effect in it. Almost like your old, what's that dinner set? Can't think of it. There's an English dinner set almost. Yeah. So the question I'm asking, and you're all coming through with it, What is the name of my illusions quilt? You got it, Joanne. You've got it. Who else is coming through with it? Oh, you all are. Jane, Carol, Joanne, Dizzy. You all know it. Oh, I love your work. All right, can't wait to see some of those ones that have been bought in purple and red and purple and black and everything. You're all loving the colours. Yep, definitely you've got all those. All right, we've got one more block. Yeah, Gail, you got it. Christine, you've got it. Yep. So we're all, who was before you? Anne-Marie, yes. You all know it's Mindbender. Yeah, just thought I'd throw that one. A little bit easy one. All right, now this one I'm going to show you is a version of one. So you just got to give me the name of the general name of it, but this is a version of it. Are you ready to name that block? What do you call that one? All right. So this one is actually sometimes done as a applique one. You've got the curve and everything. It is done, like if I look at it, and I'm not a big appliquer, but I'd look at it and break it down with half square. Yep, you got it in. Half square triangles. But it is one that's normally done with like an applique on it. But I just thought I'd throw that in. Thought I'd trick you. You named it after your daughter. Mindbend. Yeah, she was a bit of a mindbender. On that one. Who was that? Margot. Mindbend. Belinda was a bit of a mindbend, but she took after her mother. All right. Yeah, dress and plate. It is. This one's actually called a 8 blade, probably because it's got 8 in it. All right. So the dress and plate. So when I put that together, and I thought, oh, everyone, you can put them in circles. You can do all sorts of things. When I put it together as a quilt, I actually did it opposite sort of ways. Look at that. How cool is that? So you've just got them facing each other, right? And here this one's off, and you're getting this secondary, you know, wavy thing through it. So yeah, definitely, Anne-Marie, we've got it. Just keep, if you haven't answered it, put the answer in and I'll add them all up later. But that's called dress and plate, and it's got 8 in it. So some of them you get 4s, I think, and everything. Yeah, so I thought that was really weird. When I was playing around with it in the, because these are all done on the computer, ladies, with my computer system that designs everything. And I put them in and I was putting, and I went, oh, that's a different way to do it. Because then you've got these wavy lines. You've got these little pockets, like it's got little pockets in there. All right. So that's what you call a dress and plate. And that's it. Did you enjoy that quiz? Did you learn something like any questions? Now, do you want to see any others? Tell me any questions or anything you'd like to see. All right. Is that one called Cleopatra's Fan? I don't know, Gail. I'll look that up and have a look. Looks like ribbons. Totally it does, yeah. What did you say there? Crinkle cut chips. Karen, love your work. It does look like that, doesn't it, in those colours. Yeah, I'll have a look and see if it's called Cleopatra's Fan. I haven't heard of that, and we'll see if there's a difference in them. So maybe on Wednesday after, well, tonight or later, when I look through all your your answers there, I'll just get those out and I'll pull them out. And on Wednesday, if there is one called that, I'll print it out and let's have a look at the difference. All right, and when we look at that, so yeah, so that was it. Any other questions? Looks like a frilly variation on Drunkard's Path. Yeah, it could be. Yep. Was fun. Amazing how many blocks there are. Oh my gosh, Lizzie, there is so many other blocks. There is so many other ones out there. I'm just sort of trying to pick ones that sort of might trick you, or just ones that are around that you might not know the name of. I'd like to see you make the Storm of the Sea, a ruler from the States. Oh, okay, Helen. Yep. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah, no, we'll see how we go with making the Storm of the Sea. It isn't a pre-cut one as such, but as you know, I do pre-cut patterns for you, but I really love that one. I tell you what is coming, ladies. Candy Squares is this close. I have 3 more boxes coming from Thailand right now that should be here this week, or at least some of them this week, and one might be into next week. That will then give me all my range of solids back. Then Narelle gets to cut them all out. So there's about 1,000 meters, 800 meters of fabric, and I'll cut all them out over the next week, and then we'll have candy squares back. So I'll be able to teach you candy squares. which is an amazing quilt. I think some of you ladies, and I think Joanne, I saw that in your little pile that you've got that one there. Margot's got one as well. So yeah, I will definitely do candy squares very shortly. So that is coming as well. Marble fabrics that I did give you a sneak peek at. They're getting printed. So they're about 6 to 7 weeks away because I will have to get them shipped over. So they're about 6 to 7 weeks. Yeah. So they're on their way. So there's lots of things happening, and that's where I'm putting everything together. As you guys know, I do all this myself. So that the template broke before it got here. Oh no, Helen, that's a shame. Let me see what I can work out because I don't use a lot of tools. You like these quiz nights reinforces just how much we actually know. Yeah, definitely, Jane. And it also shows you different things, and I learn too. Like, I've been doing this for 30 years, but sometimes I look at them and go, oh, I thought that was called something else too. So yeah, but I'll see with that Storm of the Sea, Helen. I'll see what I can do in even just demonstrating. Yes, the Candy Squares Gale, I do have to get some cutting done. I've been opening the shop for a little while each day just to show the town that I am part of it, because it's been shut for so many times, but I'm sitting and sewing at the same time. I sell a lot of quilts here, so I'm actually selling and making little quilts. I haven't got any here with me at the moment just to show you. Aqua Quilt have a template for Storm and Sea. They do, Joanne, and guess what? I have one because I do have an Aqua Quilt from many years ago. I've not done my candy squares. Not sure I'll do it. Margot, once I've done this, you will be able to whip it through. All right. And Katrina, I'm sure will be there as well. Yeah, I've got that template for Storm of the Sea as well for Aqua Quilt. Many years ago, I bought their Go one. I haven't gone for the electric one or anything. I do have the big studio one that cuts a lot of my strips, but I'm still finding it wastes a lot of fabric. So I sometimes just do it by hand like I normally do. But they're coming. So 100 meters of fabric at a time gets ironed over my ironing board, pulls over, and I cut it into all the squares and strips that we need. Yeah, Margot, you need to do it. Yeah, it's fun. Joanne, you've done one, haven't you? Yvonne, you've done one. Love the candy squares. So anyone that doesn't know it, be warned, it is coming. Do you have a video? Not yet, Margot, because I've been waiting for all my solids to come in. It's been a hard slog, and I thank you ladies so much for following me. Karen, you love it too. I really appreciate all your support and everything and helping me get through with a small business. Karen's made it, yep. With the small business and everything, it's been really tough from when the virus come in and that. It's been hard with being on the Pacific Highway, tourists come through. I am very COVID safe. I don't like letting too many in the shop. There's only 2 allowed at a time, hand wash. I'm very COVID OCD, I suppose you call it, because I do not want it in here because I live here. All right, so I really appreciate all your support. I love doing this for you guys. I know I'm down to 2. Isn't there a class from a craft show with it on it? There might be one at the beginning where I did it really quickly. When I did the weekend workshops, when I first started doing these in March. So if you go back to March, I think there's a really, in the 2.5 inch one, probably the first one, you might see it in there, but I'll do a more intense one when I get them here, and I'll go through it a lot more, not as quick as what I do in that one, and then I do at the craft shows. Did you do a video in Bendigo Quilt Show with the candy squares? No, I don't do videos that much at the quilt shows, honey. We love it. Oh, not a problem, Sue. I love doing this. It sort of has kept me motivated and alive, sort of thing, because I am isolated. Lockdown, I get out every now and again, but I really Oh, thanks, Dizzy. Yeah, candy squares was always my fave. That was it's sort of like my signature quilt, isn't it? It's always the one that's been on the back of the wall when I've been at the shows and everything. But because I haven't had every colour of solid, it's not worth putting it up. So I'm going to make a big announcement when Candy Squares comes out. And it's, honestly, ladies, it's not far away. I am busy cutting. I don't sleep, as you guys know. And it will be out very shortly. So thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Anne-Marie. And Yvonne, thank you. Yeah, so thank you so much, because keeping this going, keeping me going, you guys have kept me going. I'm now able to get that. Of course, the super, helps as well with my own. Oh, my one, I've had 2 fluoros in the shop, and for the last 2 weeks, one fluoro has decided to social distance and not work. It's just decided to come on. So I'm not sure why. Must be the ghosts in the house. So yeah, so thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep doing these twice a week. I am still doing that, and I'm looking at others as well. I have so much up in here that I want to get out, and sometimes little time, because my time is spread across so many different things I've got to do because I do it all. So to designing the patterns, to actually doing them on the computer to print out for you guys, to actually making the samples, to cutting the fabrics, and then coming and doing this, and then selling as well. So I do try to spread myself across things and try and do them in a sort of format, but sometimes it gets a bit crazy because the head gets crazy as well. So I really appreciate everything. I appreciate you all following me. Oh, thank you so much, Yvonne. And don't forget, you can always go back and stop me, start me, pause me, rewind me, or delete me through the YouTube, so you can do that. So what do we got next? We have Treasure Hunt Wednesday. Now, Treasure Hunt Wednesday, I did do the 10% off kits, but I think you guys like looking for them. So I think I might go back to hiding them throughout it. Lots of fun tuning in each night. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, I might go back to hiding them, I think, because you all enjoyed, you enjoy hunting for them. So I will go back and start Treasure Hunt Wednesday again. We'll see what I come up with, because there will be a little hint or tip on something, and then we'll have Treasure Hunt. You're great, and you keep us all interested and amused at times. Thanks so much, Helen. Yeah, a little bit of a weird sense of humour I do have at times. Stay safe to everybody, definitely. Guys, I will sign off. We're getting over that 35 minutes, getting a little bit long. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't forget the 3 S's, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to stalk me on Facebook or Instagram and share those posts. So don't forget to share them around. We want to enjoy. We had over 30-odd people in here tonight. How cool is that? Yes, it was, Joanne. And I think I did one before that when I opened the shop. I did one then. So, yeah, there'll be some, when the virus first come in. So look around March. You'll find them. It's either, I think I sent the Craft Live the same links. So it'll be the same one. Oh, missed a few of those while I was thinking. It's a challenge finding everything. Okay, Karen, yes, I will. I'll do that. Have a great night. Sleep well, everybody. Totally. Jane, Ruth, Knight, Sue. I have to go back to the phone. They're all coming through too quick. We got Joanne, Emery, Dizzy, Gail, Joanne. Yep, way back. They are. Cool. Thanks, Joanne's gone and looked. So go back onto the weekend workshops, guys. No worries, everyone. Have a great night. Stay safe. Stay dry. It's a bit wet up here on the New South Wales coast. Stay safe. Mum's on there. You can say hi to Mum, Draylene. I did show her how to type, but she quite probably didn't get there yet. So everyone, have a great night. Have a great couple of days. I will see you back Wednesday, and I will post it a little bit earlier. I was just on the road a lot today, so I did miss out on that. Yeah, and I will see you all for Treasure Hunt Wednesday, where I will hide them. Thanks so much, Christine. All right, guys, thanks so much. Happy sewing to everybody. See ya. Stay safe. Bye. Hi, Joanne. Saying hi to Mum. I just stay here for a minute and let this all go. But so everybody stay safe. See ya. Bye. Bye, April.